Presentation on TNN, the Nashville Network.
Tonight, from the Opryland Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee, Mary Chapin Carpenter, Carlene Carter, the Carter family, Johnny Cash, Joe Diffie, Vince Gill, Emmylou Harris, Shelby Land, Lorrie Morgan, Mark O'Connor, Randy Scruggs, Marty Stuart, Tanya Tucker, and Trisha Yearwood. It's the first annual Country Music Foundation Hall of Fame celebration, an evening of country greats. And now, please welcome the Country Music Foundation President, Emmylou Harris.
Thank you, and welcome. If you like great country music, you come to the right place. We're all here to rejoice in the greatest moments in country music and to say thank you to the Country Music Hall of Fame members who, by their creativity, performing, writing, producing, and nurturing of America's music, have forged a legacy and given all of us a goal to strive for. The 62 members of the Country Music Hall of Fame belong to one of the most special clubs in the world. The Hall of Fame and Museum is the permanent home of the priceless treasures that preserve the memory of their music. Tonight, on our first annual Country Music Foundation Hall of Fame celebration, we're here to pay tribute to some of the people, the places, and the themes that make country music come alive. So let's get started right now with Tanya Tucker's tribute to the coal miner's daughter, Loretta Lynn.
Well, a lot of things have changed since the way back then. And it's so good to be back home again. Not much left but the floors. Nothing lives here anymore except the memories of the coal miner's daughter.
Hello, I'm Tanya Tucker. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, I grew up singing Loretta Lynn songs. She was my idol then, and she's my idol now. Loretta was writing lyrics that were on the cutting edge long before it was fashionable. Loretta always said it like it was. You ain't woman enough to take my man, Fist City, don't come home a drinking with loving on your mind. Loretta, you had one song I could have been the inspiration for. What's that song? A one's on the way. Oh, just kidding, just kidding. The world knows Loretta Lynn was born a coal miner's daughter in Butcher Holler, Kentucky. What no one in the world could ever dream, not even Loretta or Mooney, was that this beautiful person would write and record her first hit, Honky Tonk Girl, at 25.
Ever since you left me, I've done nothing but wrong. Many nights I've laid awake and cried. We once were happy, my heart was in a whirl, but now I'm a honky-tonk girl.
Like the hair. Loretta was voted Country Music Association's top vocalist 3 times and became the first woman to be voted CMA's Entertainer of the Year. In 1988, Loretta was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. That was a big night, and Johnny Cash presented this award to you, and here's how he remembers it.
My memories of the night Loretta was inducted into the Hall of Fame is when she hugged me. She was so excited that she busted all the stuff off her dress. There were jewels and emeralds and diamonds and sequins and rhinestones flying everywhere. But she didn't care at the time. She was so excited. So was I. You know, it's like she was the ultimate woman. I mean, she had to get the Country Music Hall of Fame award because there's nobody any more solid, pure, real country and a real country person as Loretta Lynn. And with the, you know, with the powerhouse of talent to back it up, I was really proud for her to get that.
I know how important family is to you, and so does your sister, Crystal Gale, and she wanted to share her feelings with you tonight.
My sister, her name, Loretta Lynn, is country music. I mean, what else can you say? She's the greatest. Through the years, so many people that I've talked to, I mean, they have learned her songs inside out and backwards. I mean, she has influenced so many different people. She got my foot into the door, and it helped me in so many different ways. She helped me by her mistakes. I mean, when she would make a mistake, she'd tell me, don't do this, this is what's going to happen. So, you know, I grew up with some great advice. And when I think of country music, I definitely think of my sister.
Loretta's philosophy has always been to be different and to be first. Loretta, you've succeeded and set the standard for all of us. And out of all your tons of gold records, I couldn't pick just one. So you know me, I had to pick your fighting and drinking songs. You come to tell me something. You say I ought to know. But he don't love you anymore, and I'll have to let him go. You say you're gonna take him, oh, but I don't think you can. 'Cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. Women like you, they're a dime a dozen, you can buy them anywhere. For you to get to him, I'll have to move over, and I'm gonna stand right here. It'll be over my dead body, so get out while you can. 'Cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. Here's about that old battle axe, you remember her? You've been making your brags around town, but you've been loving my man. But the man I love, when he picks up trash, he puts it in a garbage can. And that's what you look like to me, and what I see is a pity. You better close your face and stay out of my way if you don't want to go to this city. If you don't want to go to this city, you better beat around my town, or I'll grab you by the hair of the head and I'll lift you off of the ground. I ain't saying my baby's a saint, 'cause he ain't, and he won't fool around with the kiddies. I'm here to tell you, gotta lay off of my man if you don't want to go to this city. This is to all the men we've loved before. You thought I'd be waiting up when you came home last night. You'd been out with all the boys and you ended up half-tied. Liquor and love, it just don't mix, leave the bottle or me behind. Oh, don't come home with drinking, with loving on your mind. No, don't come home with drinking, with loving on your mind. Just stay out there on the town and see what you can find. And if you want that kind of love, then you don't need none of mine. Oh, don't come home with drinking, with loving on your mind. Oh, don't come home with drinking, with loving on your mind.
Coming up on our first annual Hall of Fame celebration of an evening of country greats, Mary Chapin Carpenter, Trisha Yearwood, Vince Gill, and Lorrie Morgan.
People in the Hall of Fame are folks that I've worked with over the years, and it's great to be a part of those people. The association that I've had with them means more to me than all the money that anyone could ever make.
Little Jimmy Dickens' hit of Country Boy, published by one of the first members of the Hall of Fame, Fred Rose, launched the careers of the husband and wife songwriting team, Boudeleaux and Felice Bryant.
Together, they've written 1,500 songs recorded by over 400 artists. And listen to this, that totals over 200 million records of their songs sold.
I hope they got some of the publishing. I'm Mary Chapin Carpenter.
And I'm Trisha Yearwood. The Bryants successfully crossed back and forth between country and pop. Married 42 years, Boudleaux and Felice found harmony in more than just their music and lyrics.
They wrote one of Tennessee's official state songs, Rocky Top, and they reached the top of the charts 12 times with hits for the Everly Brothers. We went crazy. It's wonderful. We had a real tough time trying to agree on just one song out of the 1,500 that the Bryants wrote. We ended up picking a tune that the Everly Brothers did called Nashville Blues.
A letter just came from Nashville. My sweet baby says he's blue. Gotta get back to Nashville. My heart will break in two. Oh, I miss him so. I just gotta go. I got the Nashville blues. Gotta get back to Nashville. 'Cause that's where the good times are. Ever since I left Nashville, kicks ain't been up to par. I'm lonely and low, I'm living too slow. I got the Nashville blues. Wanna go see my baby and tell him that I still care. Wanna see Printer's Alley and dig all the cool spots there. I'm aching to be in old Tennessee. I got the Nashville blues. Came from Nashville. My sweet baby says he's blue. Gotta get back to Nashville. My heart will break in two. Oh, I miss him so. I just gotta go. I got the Nashville blues. Oh, I miss him so. I just gotta go. I got the Nashville blues.
Our Country Music Hall of Fame celebration continues on an evening of country grace. Coming up, Marty Stewart's tribute to bluegrass.
I'm 1,000 miles away from home, waiting for the train.
Good evening, I'm Marty Stewart. Thank you. Now, you've just seen where we came from in the 1930s. And take it from me, folks like Ricky Skaggs, Travis Tritt, Vince Gill, and all of us are pushing the envelope on this old Southern sound into the 21st century. And tonight, we've collected a great all-star band consisting of Mr. Jerry Douglas, Roy Husky Jr., Johnny Warren, Alan O'Brien, and David Greer. Give them a hand. Flux, push us on into the 21st with a little tune called A Cincinnati Rag, brother. That's how it's done. Now, the mid-'40s were good times for bluegrass. At that time, Bill Monroe's band consisted of Lester Flatt, Chubby Wise, and Cedric Rainwater. But one Saturday night, a boy from North Carolina brought some magic with him from the mountains when he showed up at the Grand Ole Opry to audition with his new three-finger style of banjo playing. And that's when the Dream Band was formed. And I think that's the moment that the sound we know as bluegrass music today was born. And that new kid in town is right here in the front row. Earl Scruggs, take a bow. Hello, Earl. Yeah. Alan O'Banion brings some of that fancy Scruggs banjo picking around and sing us one called the White House Blues. Go. All right.
Washington.
Money-making mandolin, get him every time. Now, in the 50s, the war and old Elvis almost killed bluegrass. But the Air Castle of the South, I'm talking about WSM and the Grand Ole Opry, discovered television and folks rediscovered bluegrass. Watch this. And then the big biscuit hit for Lester and Earl. Loretta, you might remember this, and Johnny Warren. Now you bake right. Uh-huh. Martha White. Yes, ma'am. Goodness gracious, good and light, Martha White. For the finest biscuits, cakes, and pies. Get Martha White self-rising flour. And all-purpose flour. Martha White self-rising flour's got hot rice. Conan, give us 100 for it, wouldn't you? And then the 60s. Bluegrass shook hands with a lot of new friends. Folks like Jerry Garcia, the Grateful Dead, Bob Dylan, Woody Guthrie came with his songs, and our new friends discovered some of our old songs like this one right here. One Wiley and Zeke out of the Carolina Mountains wrote called the Salty Dog Blues. Alan, what's this? I'm standing on the corner with a low-down blues, great big hole in the bottom of my shoes. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Oh, let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Oh, Johnny. Salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be dog. There it is. And then we moved into the 70s, and bluegrass went to college. And college got a whole lot more than an education. There was Woodstock, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, dueling banjos, Bonnie and Clyde, and a whole lot of hippies. That caught on to our music. They loved us. Earl Scruggs kept innovating. He didn't renovate, he innovated. He took heat for getting involved in peace demonstrations, and the times were more than a-changing. Earl pioneered a country rock band with his sons and called it the Earl Scruggs Review, and they played songs like this with people like Bob Dylan, called the Nashville Skyline Rag. Hello, world. Back when I first heard bluegrass, I remember it being called Saturday night music. And after I got to playing bluegrass and met all the players, every night was Saturday night. That's the truth, and that's still that way. I want to thank you so much for all the Saturday nights and the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Friday mornings, noons, and nights, too. I love you so much.
Yeah, I remember the night I was inducted to the Hall of Fame. Of course, there was 4 or 5 of us, you know, but I didn't think that I would be. But when Glenn Campbell said the feller with the little glasses and the big boots, then I knew I was in trouble.
Lorrie Morgan, Kitty Wells, Brenda Lee, Loretta Lynn, Ernest Tubb, Patsy Cline, Katie Lang, and Conway Twitty, with over 20 #1 hits, all have something in common. They created hit records marked by the genius that belongs to the Hall of Fame, record producer Owen Bradley. He produced records in a Quonset hut on 16th Avenue, and that was the beginning of Music Row. He moved to Bradley's barn, and at one point in his career, Owen was producing 700 to 800 records a year. He used to say, with that many chances, you gotta get some hits. Owen, you had more than some hits.
I remember the day that Owen Bradley signed me to record for what was then Decca Records. He came to Tree Publishing Company, and I sat down with a guitar, just sang him a few songs. He listened very patiently, and then he said, well, son, you're not the greatest singer I ever heard, but he says, you're different, you don't sound like anybody else, you write some great songs, I think we can have a lot of fun making records together. We had a lot of fun doing it for 18 years.
Owen, tonight in your honor, we would like to add to the fun and touch on a few of the great hits that you created. If you've got leaving on your mind, tell me now, get it over. Hurt me now, get it over. If you've got leaving on your mind, if there's a new love in your heart, Tell me now, get it over. Hurt me now, get it over. If there's any love in your heart. All the time, yes, darling, all the time. Tenderly and constantly, I'll love you every day. I approve it every way. In happiness or in loneliness, I'll love you. All alone am I ever since your goodbye. All alone with just the beat of my heart. People all around, but I don't hear a sound. Just the lonely beating of my heart. No use in holding other hands, for I'd be holding only emptiness. No use kissing other lips, for I'd be thinking just of your caress. All alone am I ever since your goodbye. All alone with just the beat of my heart. People all around, but I don't hear a sound. Just the lonely beating of my heart.
An evening of country greats. We'll be right back with a tribute to Chet Atkins and Eddie Arnold from Vince Gill and Emmylou Harris. Evening of country greats and Emmylou Harris.
Thank you. In country music, there's so much creative collaboration. Artists searching for a song that becomes a hit. We're going to tell you about two people who created magic together. One is a singer, and the other is a record producer who also has a great career as an instrumentalist. Here to tell you about him first is CMA Entertainer of the Year, Vince Gill.
If you've ever been to Nashville, to the Country Music Hall of Fame, you've probably seen this guitar in there. This has been on display there for quite some time. It belongs to a man that, to me, is the greatest guitar player that ever lived. He's the youngest member ever inducted into the Hall of Fame, and his name is Chet Atkins. I don't need to tell you that, but this was Chet's first guitar, and it gives me goosebumps just to sit here and hold it and just wonder if this thing could talk, what it would say, and the stories it could tell about Chet and learning to play the guitar when he was a little boy. It means a lot for me to have the chance to say thank you and congratulations to Chet and all the rest of the wonderful, wonderful legends and Hall of Fame members of the Country Music Hall of Fame. Without all of you, I wouldn't be here tonight and have the opportunity to have learned the music you taught me. So I appreciate it, and Chet, in honor of you and this first guitar, I've got my first guitar right here, and I'm going to attempt to play, I think, one of the first songs I ever learned that you played. a great night.
Chet's second career is record producer, which brings us to our next member of the Hall of Fame, Eddie Arnold. With Chet producing, yes. With Chet producing and Eddie singing, they created hit after hit together. They were pioneers of the Nashville sound. They made Studio A and B their second homes with hits like I Want to Go With You and Make the World Go Away. Eddie's smooth style helped him sell over 85 million records. Yes. And become the first CMA Entertainer of the Year.
Why has Eddie had more hit records than anybody in the business?
Well, I think, Eddie came along with a great style was the main thing, and then he used it in his intelligence, and he looked for great songs. And he's one of the greatest. Had more hits than anybody. More hits than Babe Ruth, I think.
Eddie co-wrote a beautiful love song with Cindy Walker. I love it so much that I recorded it myself for my album, Cowgirl's Prayer. It's called You Don't Know Me, and I found out tonight that it's one of Eddie's favorite songs. And in honor of Mr. Arnold, we have assembled an extraordinary vocal group that we call the Eddies. This is Trisha Ed Yearwood, this is Carlene Ed Carter, and Mary Chapin Ed Carpenter, and Shelby Ed Lynn.
You give your hand to me, and then you say hello, and I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so, and anyone can tell. You think you know me well, but you don't. Dreams of you at night and longs to kiss your lips and longs to hold you tight. Oh, I'm just a friend, that's all I've ever been, 'cause you don't know me. For I never knew the art of making love, though my heart aches with love for you. Afraid and shy, I let my chance go by, the chance that you might love me too. No, I never knew the art of making love. Oh, my heart aches with love for you. Afraid and shy, I let my chance go by, the chance that you might love me too. You give your hand to me, and then you say goodbye. I watch you walk away, and in my heart I cry. You'll never, never know the one who loved you so, 'cause you don't know me.
Coming up, our Country Music Foundation Generation Hall of Fame celebration continues with Shelby Lynn and her tribute to Patsy Cline.
Patsy Cline and the Nashville sound were made for each other. Record producer Owen Bradley came into her life, and together they created music history with such songs as Walkin' After Midnight, I Fall to Pieces, and Sweet Dreams. Willie Nelson's Crazy became her signature song. Now, more than 30 years after her tragic death, Patsy's music is still on bestseller lists and is an inspiration for many young artists. Good evening, I'm Shelby Lynn. Patsy's record producer, Owen Bradley, is here tonight with Loretta Lynn. And Mr. Bradley, I have a question. I heard that when you wanted to record Crazy, Patsy said she hated it and didn't want to record it. Is that true? I can't imagine a girl singer giving a producer a hard time. When Loretta Lynn first came to Nashville, her role model, Patsy Cline, took Loretta under her wing. Loretta, I too have been greatly influenced by Patsy's music. It's hard for me to express everything I feel thinking of her and talking to you. So I guess the best way to do it is sing one of Patsy's songs. I've got your picture that you gave to me, and it's signed with love, just like it used to be. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got your picture, she's got you. I've got the record that we used to share, and they still sound the same as when you were here. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got the records, she's got you. I've got your memory, or has it got me? I really don't know, but I know it won't let me be. I've got the class ring that proved you cared, and it still looks the same as when you gave it, dear. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got these little things, and she's got you. Oh, I've got your memory, or has it got me? Oh, I really don't know, but I know it won't let me be. I've got the class ring that proved you cared, and it still looks the same as when you gave it, dear. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got these little things, she's got you.
Diffie salutes his Honky Tonk Heroes. That's coming up next on an evening of country greats.
A member of the world-famous Grand Ole Opry. And then not long after that, another great surprise and a great tribute for me was to have been made a member of the well-known Country Music Hall of Fame. For this, I am very thankful and very proud, and thank you.
I'm walking the floor over you. I can't sleep a wink, that is true.
The Texas Troubadour, Ernest Tubb, Honky Tonk and Texas Hall of Fame members, they go together. Good evening, I'm Joe Diffie. Another of my honky tonk heroes in the Hall of Fame is Lefty Frizzell. Lefty grew up in the Texas oil fields and had great songs like Always Late with Your Kisses and I Love You 1,000 Ways and this one. If you've got the money, honey, I've got the time. We'll go honky tonkin' and we'll have a time. We'll have more fun, baby, all the way down the line. If you've got the money, honey, I've got the time. If you've got the money, honey, I've got the time. Then there's everybody's honky-tonk hero who was recently inducted into the Hall of Fame, George Jones. George was born in Sarasota, Texas. Like I said, honky-tonk and Texas go together. And I'd like to attempt to do this George Jones song in honor of all the honky-tonk heroes and angels who've chugged a beer, run out of coffee, and found themselves down to their last cigarette. He said, I'll love you till I die. She told him you'll forget in time. As the years went slowly by, she still preyed upon his mind. Kept her picture on his wall. Went half crazy now and then. He still loved her through it all, hoping she'd come back again. Kept some letters by his bed, dated 1962. He had underlined in red every single I love you. I went to see him just today. Oh, but I didn't see no tears. All dressed up to go away. First time I'd seen him smile in years. He stopped loving her today. They placed a wreath upon his door, and soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her today. You know, she came by to see him one last time. Oh, and we all wondered if she would. And it kept running through my mind. This time, he's over her for good. He stopped loving her today. They placed a wreath upon his door, and soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her today.
Hall of Fame reunion with the Carter family and Johnny Cash. That's next.
When I was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, the first thing I said was, "This is the big one, Mama." And it still is.
With my mangles and waving black hair, where the rose is so red and the lily is so fair.
Good evening. I'm Carlene Carter. And I'm so proud to say that I'm a third-generation Carter family member. I was fortunate enough to live some of the Carter family history, traveling around the country in the back seat of the car with my sister Rosie, my aunts Helen and Anita, and my grandma Maybelle, and of course my mother June. And when our family get together and started remembering, this is what Johnny Cash had to say.
AP, Sarah, and Maybelle set the standards for country music, and they're pretty high standards that all of us would aspire to and live by in country, and that is that we would approach our art with integrity, musical integrity especially. And for me, that means simplicity is the name of the game. I still think about Maybelle and her recordings, or the Carter family recordings in the early years, how all they needed was that guitar or two guitars. And I've rediscovered there's nothing wrong with that.
What was the first song that you ever heard the Carter family perform, and what was the first song that you ever learned by them?
The first Carter family song I ever heard on the radio and learned was Picture on the Wall. There's an old and faded picture on the wall. It's been hanging there for many years. It's a picture of my mother, and I know there is no other that can take the place of mother on the wall. On the wall, on the wall. How I love that dear old picture on the wall. Time is swiftly passing by, and I bow my head and cry, for I know I'll meet my mother after all. I like the hope in that song, you know, it's just nice. Mama songs are always good in country music.
The first time you saw my mom at the Grand Ole Opry, do you remember that night and the feelings that you had?
Well, that was, I think they were guests on the Grand Ole Opry in 1950. And I came from Arkansas in a bus with my senior class on a senior class trip to Nashville and the Grand Ole Opry and the Smoky Mountains. And we saw the Grand Ole Opry that night. And I saw June Carter on stage. And I was sitting way up there in the balcony watching her. And it'd been my dream just to see her, you know. I'd heard her on the, I was a Carter family fan, but I was a June Carter fan too. And I stood up there thinking, someday I'm gonna meet her. Someday I'm gonna get her autograph.
I never did find out if he got Mom's autograph, but he got a whole lot more, I tell you. Now, when the women in the family got going, it was nonstop laughing and talking and Carter family yodeling.
Well, you kind of knew the chorus to everything, and then you learned the verses as you went along, you know. But as somebody stopped singing it, you just automatically picked up and started singing where there was no voice.
You had to do a pretty good, you had to sing on key whether you wanted to or not, because Mother would look at you like you were a snake.
What are the main memories that you have of traveling on the road with the Carter family when you were little girls?
I remember driving along. We'd go into North Carolina a whole lot and up in East Virginia and different places to the old theaters, and Mama would make a bed in the back seat for all of us. So, and she would drive. Bless her heart, I don't know how she did it, but she never put us on the stage with a wrinkle in her dress, and she never put us on the stage with her hair uncurled, because I don't know how, she didn't sleep. She couldn't have slept.
One of my first memories from the stage was the fact that there was no electricity. From the mining towns where we were playing in the old coal mining fields was the fact that they had lamps across the front of the stage. We had no public address systems, and also the dollar. that Uncle AP would give Helen and Anita and I. We got $1 apiece.
Sometimes a hamburger.
Which was major. And an ice
Major
cream cone.
money.
I mean, that was major money for us.
Rosie, I can remember this, and I'm wondering if you remember this. Do you remember sleeping in a bass fiddle case?
She had us sleeping everywhere. You in drawers, me in guitar cases.
I wrote the Wildwood Rose about me and you, Rosie, and I wrote it for all of you, and I wrote it for Grandma.
You know, that was the most emotional thing for me because living all those years through the things that we went through and the times that we traveled with Mom, and I didn't really want to, I remember not really wanting to listen because I knew it was going to spark something, you know. So when I finally sat down and listened to it, I cried. It made me very nostalgic.
They send you all their love. Now we're going to do Me and the Wildwood Rose with a lot of help from my friends. Randy Scruggs is going to play Grandma's guitar.
Yeah.
And Vince Santoro is going to play the drums back here. And you met Roy Husky Jr. and Alan O'Brien and, of course, old Marty Stuart back here. And my friend Emmylou. And I'm going to play an auto harp that was made from a tree that AP planted back in the 1920s. My cousin Joe Carter gave it to me, and I'm going to give it a whirl here. In my grandma's house, her children would sing. Guitars that twain and laughter would ring. I was little, but I was the biggest kid. I wanted to do what the grown-ups did. In that big shining car, we'd head down the road to sing for the miners who brought out the coal. Many a time I slept on the floorboards cold, on a quilt with my little sister, the Wildwood Rose. And if I could change a thing in this world, I'd go back to the days Grandma and her girls were singing sweet and low. For me and the Wildwood Rose, we'd be way down the road by the break of dawn. Biscuits and gravy and a truck stop, song that a world on mine. I saw what I saw in the rearview mirror. I get a wink from my grandma. And if I could change a thing in this world, I'd go back to the days when Grandma and her girls were singing sweet and low. For me and the Wildwood Rose, hey-lay-ho, hey-lay-ho, lay-ho, hey-lay-ho, lay. Take it, Randy. Oh, I'll always remember the day that she died. My daddy called me and he started to cry. I rode on an airplane with all of my pain. My tears would not stop. Stood in a circle and sang. And if I could change a thing in this world, I'd go back to the days when
on our Country Music Foundation Hall of Fame celebration, Mark O'Connor's personal tribute to his idol, the king of country music, Roy Acuff.
Grand Ole Opry. I went to work for the Grand Ole Opry back in 1939. Now it's 54 years, and out of the 54 years, I was late 3 times on the Grand Ole Opry. Now that's a record.
Welcome back to an evening of country greats and Lorrie Morgan.
Thank you. The Grand Ole Opry is and always will be the mother church of country music. It has also been the cradle for over 2/3 of the performing members of the Hall of Fame. It makes me proud to be a member of the Opry. The Grand Ole Opry started out 69 years ago in a small radio studio. It moved to the Ryman Auditorium, where it remained until March 15, 1974. That night, my dad had the honor of being the last artist to perform at the Ryman before it moved to its new home.
Candy kisses wrapped in paper, you'd rather have them any old time.
Yes, ma'am. Now that was a great Grand Ole Opry moment. It sure was. And you and your dad were one of the few father and daughter cast members ever. That's right. Now, every year, 850,000 country music lovers make their pilgrimage to see and hear their favorites at its new home in Opryland, USA. You need to go there and ride the Flume Zoom. And every year, new names are being added to the list of Opry favorites. I'm talking about hot country stars like Clint Black, Patty Loveless, Vince Gill, Emmylou, Travis Tritt, Joe Diffie, and Alison Krauss.
And Marty Stuart.
Absolutely.
Performed side by side with legends like Porter Wagner,
That's right.
Hank Snow, Little Jimmy Dickens, and Grandpa Jones.
Grandpapa.
But a name that will live in everyone's heart is an entertainer who was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1962, the king of country music.
From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, from the queen of flowing mountains to the Cowbell Valley.
She's mighty tall and handsome, she's known quite well by all. She's the combination on the Wabash Cannonball.
There was a magnetism around Roy Acuff when you were on the stage with him that I've never seen around anyone else in my history in country music. What a marvelous entertainer and what a great personality on stage.
Well, I think Roy Acuff had one of the best ways in the world of putting a show on. He could handle a show better than anybody I've ever seen in my life. Get more on a 30-minute show than anybody that I've ever seen.
He never put himself above us anywhere we were at. He was just always one of the boys, and but you knew he was the boss, you know, and he's just one of the greatest men I guess I ever worked for.
As the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry, it's great to be part of such a long-standing tradition, the tradition of Roy Acuff, among others. Mr. Acuff influenced a great many musicians, one of which is the master musician, Mr. Mark O'Connor.
Roy Acuff, he meant a lot to me because I first met him when I was 12 years old, and it was right here at the Grand Ole Opry. He represented to me somebody other than the king of country music. He was somebody that I even had more of a personal connection with because we shared the same love, the fiddle. I suppose he represented the biggest supporter of fiddling in country music. And he always liked to hear me play a tune, especially when I was a little boy. And I played old favorites of his for him. And the first week I came into Nashville, back in 1974, somebody saw me play at a little club, sitting in with Brother Oswald and Charlie Collins, two of his band members. They brought me backstage to the Grand Ole Opry and had me play for him in his dressing room. He started calling out tune after tune and requesting tunes that he used to play when he was a lad and his grandfather used to play. And before long, he said that I'm going to put this boy on the Opry with me. And that's what happened. I played Dusty Miller and encored with Faded Love. And that's what really got me going in Nashville all those years ago. I'd like to play a little bit of a tune he always wanted to hear, the old Tennessee Wagner.
Hall of Fame and Museum. More than 60 years of country music history come alive. The people, the music, the memories, and all the romance, heartache, and excitement of America's favorite music at the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum in Nashville, Tennessee.
This truly has been an evening of country greats. But you know what? I don't know about the security here, but they let a couple of guys on stage. This guy over here says he's Jeff Hanna with Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. And this guy right here says he's Travis Tritt. It's an honor for all of us to perform the hits and pay tribute to the artists who have made country music America's music.
The members of the Country Music Hall of Fame lit the flame, and the Country Music Foundation pledges itself to keep this flame burning brightly. We look forward to next year and another evening of country greats.
And to close the evening, we want you all to join in on a classic country great originally recorded by the great Carter family in 1935. Carlene, as a third-generation Carter, why don't you just start us off?
All right, here we go. I was standing by my window on one cold and cloudy day when I saw that bus come rolling for to carry my brother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home away in the sky, Lord, in the sky. So I told the undertaker, please drive slow, for this body you are hauling, Lord, I hate to see her go. Will the